Listen to me, my friends, because I want to make this clear. There is an incredible urgency in our day. The world is drowning in a sea of distractions, empty promises, and misguided directions. People go through their lives with little understanding of the depths of knowledge that are available to them. They walk in darkness, deceived by their own laziness, and yet they have the ability to open their eyes to the light of truth. But truth doesn't come cheap. It demands work, it demands effort, it demands discipline. And if you are serious about being someone who walks in wisdom, who walks in knowledge, you must educate yourself every single day. You see, education is not something that you can simply rely on to come to you passively. It is not something that happens automatically because you've put in a little bit of time here and there. No, you must engage. Every day, you must make it your business to educate yourself. And I'm not talking about just filling your mind with facts. I'm not talking about stuffing yourself with information that will fade away in a few days or that will be irrelevant to you in a year. I'm talking about a deep, transformative, life-shaping education. An education that will mold your thinking, that will form your character, that will build the foundation of your soul. Every day you must strive to grow. Why? Because the moment you stop growing is the moment you begin to die. When you stop learning, when you stop educating yourself, you fall into complacency. And complacency, my friends, is a silent killer. It's the poison that slowly kills the soul. You can never afford to stop growing. You must push forward every single day. And let me be clear, this is not just for the intellectuals. This is not just for the so-called learned men and women of the world. This is for all of you. It's for the person who works in the fields, for the one who serves in the workplace, for the one who raises children at home. All of us are called to grow. All of us are called to be transformed by knowledge. And if you think that education is merely about acquiring knowledge for the sake of knowledge, let me tell you something. It is knowledge, when rightly pursued, is a tool. It's a weapon that you use to engage with the world. It's a tool that you use to serve others. It's a tool that you use to bring light into the darkness. You cannot afford to waste the time you have. You cannot afford to let the opportunity slip through your fingers. The world is hungry for truth, and you have been given the privilege of walking in it. If you're not filling your mind with the right things, if you are not seeking wisdom every day, then you are allowing yourself to be overtaken by the foolishness that reigns in this world. And make no mistake, my friends, the world is full of foolishness. The world is full of lies. But you have been given the truth. It is yours to possess, yours to hold, and yours to pass on. Do not neglect this. Do not think for a moment that you have arrived. There is always more to learn. There is always more to understand. And if you want to be a person who stands firm in this chaotic world, you must keep learning. You must keep growing. Your education must be something that is foundational to everything you do. It is the very foundation of the choices you make, the decisions you render, the way you treat others, and the way you live your life. You see, there is a real cost to not educating yourself. It's easy to fall into the trap of comfort. It's easy to take the easy route and let someone else do the thinking for you. And that is exactly what so many people do. They listen to the world's voices, the voices that are speaking lies, and they take those lies as truth. They have no foundation, no knowledge, no understanding of what is real. They live their lives with a shallowness that leads them to follow after fleeting pleasures, after worthless pursuits. And they do not know, because they have not educated themselves, that those pursuits will leave them empty, cold, and unsatisfied. It is not enough to live a shallow life. It is not enough to go through your days mindlessly, letting the world dictate to you how you should think, how you should feel, and what you should do. You have to decide. You have to decide that you will not be like the rest of the world. You have to decide that you will not let ignorance rule your life. You must take responsibility for your own education. And that doesn't mean you can be content with what you know now. That doesn't mean you can just coast through life and expect to be all right. No, you must be disciplined. You must make a habit of reading. You must make a habit of studying. You must make a habit of reflecting and applying the knowledge that you gain to your life every single day, no exceptions. Because if you do not, the world will quickly overtake you with its lies. And the last thing you want to do is live a life of ignorance and follow a path that leads to destruction. Don't be deceived. The pursuit of knowledge is not for the faint-hearted. It's not easy. It's not glamorous. It takes work. It takes sacrifice. You will have to say no to the distractions of the world, the entertainment that fills your mind with worthless things. You will have to make tough choices, choices that require discipline and perseverance. And in the midst of it all, you will be tempted to quit. You will be tempted to take the easier route, but do not give in. Do not give up. Press on. Press on in the pursuit of wisdom. Press on in the pursuit of knowledge. This is the path of true greatness. But don't misunderstand me. Education is not just about acquiring information. It's about being transformed. It's about letting the truth shape who you are. It's about becoming the kind of person who can make wise decisions, who can lead others, who can speak the truth with conviction and clarity. Education is about building a foundation that is unshakable, a foundation that stands firm even when the storms of life rage against you. And let me tell you something, my friends, the storms will come, the difficulties will come, the challenges will come. You will face trials, you will face hardships, and in those moments you will find out if you have built your life on the solid rock of truth or if you have built it on the shifting sands of ignorance. There will be no middle ground. The time to prepare for those storms is now. The time to educate yourself, to fill your mind with what is good and true and beautiful is today. Now, you may ask, where do I begin? You begin by reading. You begin by studying. You begin by seeking out the wisdom that is available to you. There are countless books, countless resources, countless people who can help you along the way. But you must take the first step. You must make the commitment to never stop learning. Don't wait for someone else to do it for you. Don't wait for some magical moment where the path of wisdom is suddenly revealed to you. No, you must act. You must educate yourself, and you must do it every single day. The temptation will be to slack off, to become complacent. But if you give in to that temptation, you will fall behind. If you give in to that temptation, you will find yourself lost in a world of confusion and ignorance, and the consequences will be dire. Your life will be shaped by the world's lies, by the world's deceit, and you will find yourself unable to stand when the trials come. But if you choose to educate yourself every day, if you choose to press on in the pursuit of wisdom, then you will be equipped, you will be prepared, you will be able to stand firm in the truth. And when the storms come, you will not be moved, you will be steadfast, you will be unshaken, because you have built your life on the solid foundation of knowledge and understanding. So I say again, educate yourself every day, make it your habit, make it your goal, make it your passion. Do not settle for mediocrity. Do not settle for ignorance. Pursue wisdom with all your might. Seek the truth relentlessly. And as you do, you will be transformed. You will become the kind of person who is ready for anything, ready to face the challenges of this world, ready to stand firm in the truth, ready to live a life that brings honor to the one who gave you life and truth. Every day, make the choice to educate yourself, and you will be prepared for what lies ahead. The speech emphasizes that education is not a passive process, but a daily, intentional pursuit that requires discipline and commitment. Every individual is called to grow in wisdom and knowledge, not only to combat ignorance, but to build a life grounded in truth, ready to face the challenges and storms of life. Education, when pursued with the right intentions, is a tool for personal transformation. It shapes character, influences decision-making, and equips individuals to live wisely, make a positive impact, and stand firm in the truth amidst a world filled with distractions and lies. The world is moving at an increasingly rapid pace, and in the midst of this ever-changing landscape, one thing remains undeniably true. The urgency of education cannot be overstated. The world has changed in ways we could not have imagined even a few decades ago. What was once sufficient in terms of knowledge and understanding is now insufficient. What once was cutting-edge technology is now obsolete. And in this environment, if you stop learning, if you stop educating yourself, you will be left behind. Education is not simply an option for those who want to achieve greatness. It is a necessity for everyone who desires to navigate life with wisdom, insight, and clarity. Yet too often we find ourselves distracted. We live in a world saturated with noise, distractions, and shallow content. We are inundated with entertainment, instant gratification, and information that serves no real purpose other than to numb our minds and steal our time. We become complacent, thinking that our previous knowledge or skills will suffice for the future, but this is a dangerous mindset. The reality is that the world around us does not wait for us to catch up. The world moves forward with or without you. If you do not make the conscious choice to educate yourself daily, you will not be prepared for what lies ahead. The need for daily education is rooted in the fact that knowledge is power. But this power is not static, it is dynamic, always evolving and constantly expanding. If you are not keeping pace with the changes happening around you, you are inevitably falling behind. It is not enough to rely on what you learned yesterday, last year, or a decade ago. The information you once possessed may still have value, but it will not be enough to carry you through the challenges of tomorrow. If you are serious about living with purpose, with clarity, and with influence in this world, you must recognize the need to be intentional about your learning every single day. What does it mean to educate yourself daily? It is not simply about reading books or attending classes, though both are important. Education goes far beyond formal settings. It is about being open to new ideas, challenging your own assumptions, and confronting ignorance head-on. It is about being intentional with your time and energy, recognizing that every day is an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to develop. The urgency of daily education lies in its capacity to equip you to face the complexities of life with confidence and wisdom. Life is filled with uncertainty. Every decision you make carries weight, but when you actively engage in learning, when you choose to educate yourself daily, you equip yourself with the tools needed to make informed decisions, to act with integrity, and to move through life with purpose. In today's world, access to information is unparalleled. The internet has brought a wealth of knowledge right to our fingertips. There is virtually no subject, no field of study, no area of interest that is inaccessible. But here's the problem. The ease with which information is available often leads to a dangerous complacency. Many people believe that because they can access a wealth of information online, they are automatically educated. But the reality is that information alone is not enough. The way we consume information matters. We must be intentional about how we engage with the content we encounter and be discerning about what we allow to shape our minds. The urgency of daily education also stems from the fact that the world is constantly changing. Think about the technological advancements that have taken place over the last few decades. The rise of the internet, the advent of smartphones, the development of artificial intelligence, and the expansion of global connectivity have all transformed the way we live, work, and interact with one another. In fact, these advancements have made it impossible to remain stagnant in your knowledge. The world is moving faster than ever, and the only way to keep up is by continuously learning. If you do not engage with these changes, if you do not learn how to navigate the modern world, you risk being left in the dust, unable to understand or adapt to the realities of the present. But the need for education goes beyond simply keeping up with technological advancements. It also encompasses the necessity of being informed about the world around you. We live in a time when information is often distorted, manipulated, and presented in biased ways. Political landscapes shift rapidly, societal values change, and cultural dynamics evolve. If you are not actively educating yourself, you may fall victim to false narratives and misguided ideologies. The only way to avoid this is to engage in constant critical self-education. You must learn how to think, not just what to think. You must be able to discern truth from error, fact from fiction, and wisdom from folly. And you cannot do this if you are not committed to the process of daily education. Moreover, the urgency of daily education is tied to the fact that it shapes the way we live. It shapes our actions, our choices, and ultimately our destiny. Education is not something that exists in a vacuum. It is intimately connected to the way we interact with the world. What we know informs how we behave. Our actions are a reflection of what we have learned and internalized. If we are not continually growing in our knowledge, we are at risk of making uninformed decisions that can have disastrous consequences. When you educate yourself daily, you empower yourself to make better choices, to live more intentionally, and to contribute positively to the world around you. The urgency of daily education also becomes apparent when we consider the state of the world today. We live in a world that is full of uncertainty and complexity. There is political unrest, economic instability, and social division. We face global challenges such as climate change, poverty, and the breakdown of social structures. In this environment, it is not enough to sit idly by and hope for the best. We must be proactive. We must engage with the issues that matter. And to do that, we need to be educated. We need to be aware of the complexities of the problems we face, and we need to understand the solutions that are available to us. The only way to engage with these issues meaningfully is through continuous learning. The urgency is real. The challenges are great. And you cannot afford to be passive when the world is in such need of informed, thoughtful individuals who are willing to make a difference. At the heart of daily education is the recognition that life is too short to waste. Every day is a gift, and how you use that time will determine the course of your life. If you squander your days in ignorance, complacency, or distraction, you will miss out on the opportunities that life offers. Time does not wait for you. The days pass by whether you make the most of them or not. And every day that you do not commit to learning is a day that you lose in the pursuit of growth, wisdom, and purpose. The urgency of daily education lies in the fact that you cannot afford to waste any more time. Every day is an opportunity to move forward, to learn, to grow, and to become the person you were meant to be. Do not let the distractions of this world steal your time. Recognize the importance of what you are doing when you make the choice to educate yourself. It is a choice that will shape the course of your life, and it is one that you must make every single day. In conclusion, the urgency and necessity of daily education cannot be ignored. It is not something that can be put off for another day. It is not something that can be casually dismissed or relegated to the back burner of your life. Education is a lifelong commitment. It is a daily practice that demands focus, discipline, and intentionality. The world will not slow down for you. The challenges will not ease up. And if you do not commit to educating yourself, you will be left behind. Every day is an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to prepare yourself for what lies ahead. Do not waste it. Make the commitment today to educate yourself every single day. It is the only way to ensure that you are prepared for the complexities of life and that you are equipped to face the challenges that lie ahead. Time is precious. Use it wisely. Knowledge has the ability to shape lives in ways that are profound and lasting. It is not merely about accumulating information or understanding facts, but about the transformation that takes place within a person's character, behavior, and perspective. The transformative power of knowledge goes beyond the intellectual realm. It reaches into the heart and mind, influencing not just what we know, but who we are and how we live. If knowledge is used correctly, it can alter the trajectory of a life, bring about growth, maturity, and a deeper understanding of oneself and the world around us. It is in the pursuit of knowledge that we find the potential for true transformation, both personally and in our relationships with others. When we speak of knowledge transforming a person, we must first recognize that true knowledge is not simply information that is memorized or understood on a superficial level. True knowledge is that which resonates deeply, that which permeates every part of our being, and that which challenges us to become more than we are. It is the kind of knowledge that causes us to see the world in a new light, to question assumptions, and to confront the areas in our lives that need change. It has the power to break down walls of ignorance, fear, and complacency, allowing us to rise above the limitations that once bound us. Knowledge transforms us because it empowers us to make informed decisions. The decisions we make shape the course of our lives, and the quality of our decisions depends on the quality of the knowledge we have. If we are ignorant of the facts, the truth, or the principles that govern life, we will make poor decisions. But when we educate ourselves, when we commit to learning and growing, we equip ourselves to make decisions that are wise, just, and true. This is where transformation begins. When we move from a place of ignorance to one of informed understanding, we begin to see the world with clarity and make choices that reflect a deeper understanding of reality. True knowledge also has the power to transform our relationships with others. It is not just knowledge of facts that brings about this change, but the understanding of principles and truths that govern human nature and interaction. When we understand the importance of empathy, compassion, and respect, when we are informed about the struggles and challenges that others face, we are able to relate to them in a deeper, more meaningful way. Knowledge opens our hearts to others, allowing us to see beyond our own limited experiences and perspectives. This kind of transformation brings about greater unity, deeper connections, and a more compassionate and understanding society. Furthermore, knowledge transforms us by expanding our vision. It challenges us to look beyond the confines of our immediate surroundings and consider the broader picture. It pushes us to think critically about the world around us, to understand the complexities and interconnectedness of all things. Knowledge teaches us to see that the world is not as simple as it often seems, and that the issues we face are often layered and multifaceted. It encourages us to be thoughtful, patient, and nuanced in our approach to problems, rather than rushing to conclusions or seeking easy answers. This expanded vision allows us to engage with the world in a way that is thoughtful and intentional rather than reactionary and shallow. In addition, the transformative power of knowledge lies in its ability to build confidence. Knowledge gives us the ability to speak with authority, to stand firm in our convictions, and to contribute meaningfully to discussions and debates. When we are well informed, we can stand confidently in our beliefs, knowing that they are grounded in truth. This confidence extends beyond the intellectual realm, influencing the way we carry ourselves in the world. It affects the way we approach challenges, the way we interact with others, and the way we see ourselves. And knowledge empowers us to live with purpose and conviction, to act boldly, and to pursue our goals with determination. The transformative power of knowledge also brings about personal growth. When we engage with new ideas, challenge our assumptions, and confront our own ignorance, we grow. We grow in humility, understanding that we do not know everything and that there is always more to learn. We grow in patience as we realize that the pursuit of knowledge is a lifelong journey that requires persistence and dedication. We grow in wisdom as we begin to understand not just the facts, but the deeper principles that govern life. This personal growth enriches our lives, making us more compassionate, thoughtful, and effective individuals. There is also a spiritual dimension to the transformative power of knowledge. Knowledge is not merely a tool for personal success or societal advancement, it also serves to deepen our understanding of the divine and the spiritual truths that govern our existence. The knowledge allows us to know God more intimately, to understand His character, His ways, and His purposes. It helps us discern the right path and live in accordance with His will. The more we learn about God and His creation, the more we are transformed into His image, becoming the people He intended us to be. In this sense, knowledge is not just a tool for transformation, it is the means by which we are brought into a closer relationship with the Creator. Education and knowledge also empower us to contribute meaningfully to society. The transformation that knowledge brings to an individual is not confined to personal growth, but extends outward, impacting the communities and societies in which we live. When individuals are transformed by knowledge, they become agents of change. They are equipped to address the challenges of the world, to bring about justice, to fight for equality, and to contribute to the common good. Knowledge enables individuals to see the world not just as it is, but as it could be, and to take action to make that vision a reality. It equips individuals with the tools to solve problems, create solutions, and inspire others to do the same. One of the most powerful aspects of knowledge is its ability to change the way we think about ourselves. Knowledge brings with it a sense of self-awareness, an understanding of our own strengths and weaknesses, and a recognition of our potential. When we educate ourselves, we begin to understand our place in the world, the gifts and talents we have been given, and the responsibilities that come with them. This understanding transforms us from passive observers of life to active participants in shaping our futures. Knowledge gives us the confidence to pursue our dreams, to overcome obstacles, and to live lives of significance and purpose. Moreover, knowledge has the power to heal. It can heal the wounds of ignorance, prejudice, and misunderstanding. It can bring peace to conflicted hearts, offering the balm of truth where there is division and strife. In many cases, the problems that divide us, whether they are racial, cultural, or ideological, stem from a lack of understanding. But when we seek to educate ourselves, to learn about other cultures, perspectives, and experiences, we begin to break down the walls of division. We begin to see that we are all more alike than we are different. This kind of knowledge promotes unity, understanding, and peace, fostering a world where people of all backgrounds can coexist harmoniously. The process of acquiring knowledge is not easy, nor is it always enjoyable. It requires effort, persistence, and discipline. But the transformative power of knowledge is such that the effort is always worth it. It may be difficult in the moment, but the results are far-reaching. The changes that occur within us, the ways in which we grow and mature as individuals, are priceless. A knowledge shapes our identity, molds our character, and equips us to live lives of purpose and significance. It transforms our relationships with others, broadens our vision, and empowers us to make a meaningful impact on the world. Knowledge is not just a tool for intellectual growth, it is a catalyst for personal and social transformation. It enables us to grow in wisdom, compassion, and understanding, allowing us to live more fully and contribute more meaningfully to the world around us. As we pursue knowledge, we are transformed, our minds, our hearts, and our actions are reshaped. We become the individuals we were meant to be. And we begin to see the world not just for what it is, but for what it could be. In this way, the transformative power of knowledge is not just about personal enrichment. It is about creating a better world for all.